Hey, it's Ed here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Bitcoin with the Elliott Wave Theory. So let's start here on a 4-hour time frame and take a look at the WXY set count first, which again, let's go into higher time frame. Having this as a WXY set allows us to end the count at the lows of around November 2022. The other way of looking at this on higher time frame is having this as an ABC or WXY into these lows here around June 2022. Now let's zoom in, since we have now those two scenarios open. One option is that this is an ABC or a WXY, some kind of expanded structure where again the preference is a C wave. We could be having this as a diagonal in here. The issue with this one is that these structures look like file waves, and originally Elliott Wave does not recognize having expanded structure, the file wave structures in an ending structure. So if everything or the impulse wave structures in a multi-wave structure is file waves, we can't have that as the ending structure for a diagonal, or in this case C wave. So either this would be a start. If this was a diagonal, this would be a start of something new, which would turn into that more of a bullish count, or this would be something else. Something else like this. For example, we could be labeling this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into an A wave, 3-wave pullback, and then 5 waves up again for that wave C. At that point, again, this would not be a ABC because again there's a 3-wave structure in here on that wave C, so it would become a WXY. There's no limitation. Wave X can take out the original start of that wave W, and it does not matter. I've seen a lot of people are going against these things, but if you just observe the market nowadays, I see this everywhere, and I'm going to be sticking with that. The other way of looking at this again was that some kind of diagonal here, and having that as the idea for a start of something new. The other way of looking at this is a 1, 2, 1, 2. However, there is an issue with this count, which is time. Generally, we want the time to be used for higher degree structures to be larger than the smaller time frame structures. Currently, 1-to-1 has already been hit around the May 6th. So again, generally, this is not that probable of a count. Is it possible? Is it valid? Yes, it is. But just the way it looks with the time element, it's not that probable. So let's dive into the more of a local structure and see what we have here. We talked about this briefly, or not briefly, but we have talked about this on the previous videos as well. My preference at the moment is this being a 3-wave. We hit around the 1-to-1 here, and that's basically that. If this was a 1-2, this structure here obviously can't be a triangle, but it would be some kind of ABC like so. It would be kind of truncated, and as we did not take out the highs of wave A with the wave C, also RSI is not really looking too hot with that idea kept in mind. It looks way better as some kind of contracting structures, which again fits more better into that triangle idea overall, and again that would fit only the wave B idea. If we still had the idea that we have this as a 3 for that wave 2, we would be thinking the next structure here. The next structure again did not extend anywhere close to the 1.618, so again the idea that this is a 3-wave structure instead is way better. Also, the idea that this could become a wave 1-2, so creating a 1-2, 1-2, has again that time element that we could be targeting. So anything before Wednesday, May 24th, we should have already created this correction. Again, it has not gone beyond the 1-to-1 extension, so again this is still valid as a diagonal. So having something like this, it would be very valid, and then we could be continuing to the downside. If this was to become a 1-2, 1-2, that would be extremely bearish on higher time frame. Now this structure that or this fib retracement that I have here was with the idea where we had this as some kind of a expanded structure where these or either of these are actually in here. So we would be creating a structure something like this. This is still possible. However, this is not very looking too much impulsive out at the moment to the upside. So not looking too good for that idea. But it's still there. We don't need to be worrying too much about it though. Let's dive in a bit deeper into the very local structures. This was just an interesting observation here for this previous low where we just pivoted exactly from. Nothing more to it on my side at the moment. But we had a potential move up in here. We could have a fifth wave up in here or here. Doesn't really matter. 3 ways down and then another move up. So I do think and like the idea that this is some kind of 3, although we did miss that 1-to-1 extension here. So it would have been nice to get that, but in my opinion, again, this looks very decent as is. My short was from here. We tagged the 1-to-1 just barely, and this was the middle structure here, then another 5-way move here with the divergences here hitting that 1-to-1, and then we went down. We came down in 3 though, so again this was a sign that we are going to be having some kind of correction up again. With this being a 3, and then, well, this was a 3. On our side, we did take out the previous highs, which again indicated that, okay, we are coming to an end. It was kind of a bit truncated, which I was not expecting. So I'm still on that same idea from here on that short. And from now on, again, I'm still looking for more downside at this point. Again, the structure is not finished as of yet to me. I think there is a possibility where we have this as some kind of 5 coming down here towards that wave C. Targets 26.4k is pretty decent at this point. That is wrong anymore. But again, what else is there is the golden pocket. That is lining pretty well with the 1-to-1. What else are we going to be getting if we are coming down this far is these lows here, liquidity area, and also this previous consolidation area as a potential support for a move up. So that would be my idea at this point. Regardless of the higher time frame, this would be a scalp option to look for longs around here for potential move up in higher. It's not again supported too much by the higher time frame, unless again we think that this is an ABC. At that point, again, it fits kind of well, having this as another 3-way structure going up, and then we can create another another structure to the downside, which would fit a bit better. No reason to be too bullish, because I don't think this is a 5-way move at all. To me, this looks like a clear 3-way move. So again, the idea is that we are coming down more at some point. How this is going to be forming, I don't know. But again, the main idea is that I'm looking for shorts later on, and again, longs around here. So we'll see how that turns out. ETH is kind of similar. It didn't really have the best looking structure here. So the idea that having this as a some kind of 1-to-1 is not really looking too hot at the moment. It is possible because, again, thinking the idea that this would be A, B, and C, having both A wave and the C wave as a diagonal is kind of weird. I'm not really seeing those before, but again, we still do have targets way above. So again, there is a chance that we're just going to be correcting up higher. And let me fix that. This was the higher time frame. So, but yeah, ETH is not looking that good. I rather at this point trade Bitcoin than ETH. Again, there's loads of different altcoins that are providing different setups, so you should be totally looking at those as well. But yeah, we can talk about those more on Discord as well. But I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover on this video. Not too much on ETH at this moment, as it does not really look too good. and doesn't have the structures I want, so I'm not going to be touching that too much. But Bitcoin again seems pretty decent at this point. But again, if you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes and comments on this. And if you want to educate yourself and learn more, check out the following advertisements. Thanks for watching and see you on the next video. Bye bye. Couple of advertisements here: Patreon Elliott Wave Basics course, weekly live streams and more Elliott Wave analysis. Udemy Elliott Wave Advanced course, including RSI, risk management, Elliott Wave strategies and time analysis, and counter trend capital, trade setups, education and community. Check us out if you're interested in learning more.